Hey, let's move that over a little bit. So, you have ever recorded something for YouTube before in your life? Have you ever just like recorded the whole thing and then realized that it recorded 5 seconds and you were talking for like 20 minutes? Because that just happened to me. Today, today we've got this. This is the. I already opened this. Everything. Spoilers. This is the Dilophocan Autobot JP12 Transformers X Jurassic Park crossover. There's some stuff there. I repackaged it somewhat because there's something I do want to bring up on this. So, and that's almost annoys me more that I now have to do this a second time because the first time kind of did well. If you can see there, there's Mr. DNA. So when you open this up, the first set that they had a T-Rex standing here. You could see it. It had the flipped over car. It had its foot on it. It was a display piece. This is not, and it's to a detriment. And this is sad. So I opened it up. What it looks like, now mind you, this is supposed to be up here. And then he was sitting down there, but he had a bag over his head to protect it from getting hurt. Looks like they were planning to do some sort of packaging thing with this. And then just, it got scrapped for the plastic-free initiative that they tried to push on us a couple years ago. This is from 2023. I do want to thank my lovely lady for purchasing it for me. Because it was on sale on Prime, and I don't have Prime anymore. So it's like, I'm not going to get this. Can you get it for me? That kind of deal. It is part of my birthday gift. So, you see how it's packaged, right? This thing was up here. This has just the accessories in it, in a baggie. Right there. This is what we were supposed to see. So I'm assuming that it would have had a piece of plastic here showing us him locked up there and the dinosaur down there. And then this was probably supposed to be inside of here or something. Just stored away. They robbed us of that, so I can't have this out. I was going to have this displayed with that. I don't think I'm going to keep any of this, by the way. Kind of disappointed in the whole shebang. The figures are fine, so let's get that out of the way. Let's bring them up here. I'm going to pop that there and there. This is JP12. We'll get into that in a little bit, but let's go over the transformation sequence on Dilophocan before we do anything else. So he does have this, or he, she, I don't know, does have this little thing. This will come into play in a second. First thing, this comes off. You can use these as, I think, weapons or something, but you don't have to take them off, which is nice. So push that down, and then this allows this to fold out. This was a little bit of a tight squeeze here. So do keep that in mind if you were messing with this. The joint tolerances were very tight, and I thought it was going to break it the whole time. This folds down and goes behind, like so. Head goes in, pushes there. This was one of the tight spots. This folds out. Fold their little dino hands out. And this part goes here. If you look, this piece folds right into there. So that's how the thing works normally. We're going to pull his tail off. And this just folds up here. I thought it folded one more time there. There it is. So this folds up, and then that comes out. This comes down, and what you'll do here is pull this out, fold it down, and it kind of turns from thigh to front muscle there. Now, why this couldn't have been the same color blows my mind. Like, they pointlessly made this a different color. I get that it would be kind of monotonous, but who cares? I would rather have it look like a complete dinosaur. They just kind of added brown parts for bot mode, which doesn't make sense to me. They didn't have to do painting on it, which is probably why we got it like that. This is the most basic of basic ass Beast Wars figures. So then we take this. This part was super tough. I just pushed right here in the silver piece till it popped out, but it felt like it was going to break. Even that time, it felt like it was going to break. And then this spit piece goes right in the hole there. If you can. There. And then it turns into like a pistol weapon thing, like a squirt gun. Pretty okay. Basic Beast Wars figure. Now, mind you, this set was supposed to be $80. It was only $34 when it went up. Here's the box for this. That normally came with these pieces, which are the hat for Dennis Nedry, the Barbasol and blaster end there, which you can just pop right onto there. Now, here's the big thing. This guy. Let's zoom in a little. This figure sparks a lot of controversy in me and a couple other things. I think this is supposed to fold up, actually. Yes, it was. So, when they release these things, the reason why they don't call this, I mean, it's got Jurassic Park stuff on it, and it's got everything on here. The reason why they don't call him directly Dennis Nedry, first off, he's an Autobot, which that's a whole thing we can talk about there. But the reason why they do that, and this one's less of a stinger than it is for the kit, K-I-T-T, because there's a Knight Rider version that's coming out. That Knight Rider version's like, why didn't they call it Kit? So Michael Knight drives Kit. They didn't use either name. They called him Agent Knight. And people are mad about it. Why? First off, just call it Kit. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. But the reason why they can't do that is because if they were to call this Dennis Nedry, let's say, or they call Kit instead of Agent Knight, that then creates a weird loophole that kind of weakens their license and their ability to essentially own their own IP. It means that, like, Jurassic Park would own a Transformer, and Hasbro would own Jurassic Park stuff, the design or something. And this is also a Jeep, so that doubles the problem. So they don't really want to do that. The Amalgam Comics did that and created a lot of problems for DC and Marvel. So now they literally just split it down the middle and said, you can do these ones, we can do these ones. It's why companies don't do this, all right? And this is a legal thing. It is only on paper. You can call this Jimmy if you want. It doesn't matter. Quit complaining about that. It's the least important thing in the world. We're talking about the fact that this set was $80. And people are complaining about that. Like, stop. Oh, it's so exhausting. Let's try to get this out now. So this was another really, really tough spot. This pulls up. And see this piece? That's the entire hinge. So you have to pop that up, push this in, and there you go. So we're good on that part. That part is actually done. I believe this folds in. And then from here, take these out. Yeah, it's just a thing that kind of just bugs me. Because I see people complain about it all the time. Why didn't they call it this? Why didn't they call it whatever you want? This is the thing. In an age where you can call yourself whatever you want, you can definitely call your Transformers Kit or Michael Knight or whatever you want to call that Transformer. Just call it that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. And then we got bigger fish to fry right now. We got to deal with Mattel making things way too big when we're expecting a nice small playset, they're dropping these giant things so that they can hit price points. Let's not worry about what one of the figures you want to buy is called, because you can call it whatever you want. The physical item is still there, and it is perfectly fine. This was difficult, so I got it to this point. You fold these out, you do that, fold this up. This part, like I kind of just had to. Oh, that's cool. The crotch piece just came off. We'll put it back on in a minute here. And I don't think this is going to be the Hound mold. I thought it was the first time I recorded this. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely going to be Hound. I don't think it is, because this is kind of difficult. So it looks like that folds down, and then this clicks up, like so. Not the easiest transformer I've ever transformed here. There's his head, and that is why this doesn't come on here, because it's too tight of a thing. Kind of stinks that the hat wasn't on to begin with, because that kind of seals the look. Whatever. I'm done caring about it. So you put his gun in here. Fold these out, fold this in. It does have quite a bit of a backpack, but for Transformers, it's pretty average, actually. And there you go. Now, if I can get him to stand up, that'd be super. There he is. He does come with the Barbasol can, which I will always call the Barbasol can, even though it just says Autobot on there. He cannot hold this unless you put it in there, but I don't want to like mess with this part. But you can take this off of the front, stick it back in there, and then he can hold it. So there you go. Now, the instructions, which I used before, don't really explain much when it comes to like where you can hide stuff. I was kind of hoping that they would, say, hey, you can hide this part here and here. I'll show you that in a second. There is a spot to hide it, but I don't like what they're... First off, the hat I don't think can go anywhere. So the hat has to like just exist. So we'll pop this back up. And it's lovely because this is the second time I've had to do this in like an hour. Up. There. This is what I mean, like everything has to kind of hit the exact spot. So you got to fold this down so that you can pull that out. Fold this in there. There. Now, what I can see is that there is space to put this on him, but it is very tight. So you have to get it to that point, put it on him, and then hold it down as you're doing this, and you can get it on there to stay on there. It is not enjoyable though to try to do this. There. And it might fall off still. So just an FYI on that one. All right, so we got that in there. So they could have done it, but I see why they didn't. It's just a little disappointing because that kind of a flourish, well, all of this was just spoiled flourish, I guess is the name of this review. Fold that back down. And as I said, everything is like literally just to the tolerance that it has to be to get it through there. And I really hope that this isn't the hound mold that we're getting. I don't believe it is, but because this is kind of rough. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot. I gotta fold this up first. That's what I'm saying. Like everything has to have everything perfect, and that's a bit much to ask for a basic mainline transformer. Usually you want these to be kind of a fun experience. This feels like a masterpiece figure, which is less fun, more formulaic madness. Like they're trying to get a specific look out of those, and that's what this is doing, but I feel like it could have been done a little easier if they just would have used a simpler hound mold and made that work. So yet again, everything has to be perfect. We fold all that down. And then this clicks up, and there we go. So I did get it in there. It is in there, but it is scary tight. All right. Now, this part just goes right here, which makes it his winch, which I like that. That is neat. I can't remember where the other piece goes, though. So I take it back. They do give you spaces to put it, but the hat was the one that they didn't really tell you that you could do that. Just funny because even in the transformation, it shows the hats on there, but it wasn't. Okay. So this part goes right here. Color me corrected. This part goes right there. So, yeah, it does all fit. Well, isn't that special? I'm changing my thoughts on it. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. They actually did make it correct, but I think the problem with this figure, this whole set, is that when they switched from the plastic packaging to the plastic free, it foobarred the whole thing. Having this where you could view it all the time in a nice plastic package, you know, probably was what we were supposed to get. We just didn't get it, unfortunately. And it was an Amazon exclusive, so I get why they wouldn't be like, let's put a little thing in it. But sometimes the people like to keep things in there and display them. You don't want to have Schrodinger's transformer. Like, you want to be able to see the item that you purchased and know that it is what it is. I am going to say I am impressed, but like you could even tell right there, it's already coming off. The hat's kind of like they should have just made it where it clipped in somewhere else or something. It is nice having actual seats that you could see on there. Like, they did a pretty damn good job of this part of the figure. I really like this. I didn't realize that the instructions actually said that this go in here. That's pretty nifty. So he's got the winch. All right, Hasbro, you win this round. I'll win next round. That one, is this worth $80? Hell no. Is it worth $50? Maybe. The license alone might cost that much, but this $80, it was $74.99 most places, but $80 by the time you're done with taxes and whatnot. This was nuts. But I do recommend it if you can get it for $34, like I had. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are toys.